What's up, financial family? Welcome back to the Foundation Finance Podcast. I am your host and founder of Foundation Finance, Devin. And today we're talking about financial stress. So many people right now are going through that, and I'm here to help you learn how to get through it. This past year has shown us flames when it's come to our finances. And if you're depressed, struggling to sleep, losing weight, and even more, you're probably suffering from a little something called financial stress. But don't worry, you're not alone. So many people are living paycheck to paycheck every single month. Not only are you seeing your bank account dwindle, but you're also feeling it mentally and physically. So what can you do? Make more money? Maybe in some cases. But oftentimes, this nice little boosting your salary can lead to spending even more money. And if you're not careful, that kind of spending could cost you your health, your relationships, and maybe even your future. So what is financial stress? Financial stress is worry, fear, and anxiety about finances. Sometimes it can even cause physical symptoms like insomnia, headaches, fatigue, and more. And if you've ever experienced any form of stress when it comes to your money, you probably know exactly what we're talking about. Financial stress can also take a toll on your marriages and your long-term and intimate relationships with your family, and sometimes lead to divorce because of arguments over money. Listen, guys, financial stress doesn't have to take over your life or your marriage. It's time right now to change your mindset. Now, how to deal with financial stress? It's time to leave all that stress behind and start taking control of your money and your health. Here are some ways that you can get started. 1, take inventory. I know it's scary, guys. I really know. But it's time to open that drawer where you've been stashing all those old bills. Believe me, just because the problem isn't in plain sight doesn't mean it's not there. And it may not seem like it now, but facing those bills head on is the most helpful thing you can do to start relieving your stress. 2, make a budget and stick to it. All right, guys, I've talked about budgeting in my blogs, on my social media, on my last podcast. I talk about it all the time. And it may seem weird, but a budget can actually give you more freedom with your money. Taking inventory of your bills will help put you back in the driver's seat of your finances. So once you know what you're dealing with, you can come up with a plan of attack, just like in battle, right? And that plan of attack is a budget. Now, how to make a budget? First, write down all your income. It doesn't matter what it is, your salary. If you wash your neighbor's car and he gives you $100, that's an income. Then, write down all your expenses. Now, subtract your expenses from your income until it equals 0. This is what we call a zero-based budget, right? And don't worry, this doesn't mean you have nothing in the bank. It just means you've given every single cent a purpose and a job to do. Making a budget each month will help you determine if you're spending more than you make, and if so, where you might need to cut back. I hear all the time that people feel like they've gotten a raise once they do a budget. And who doesn't love finding money? 3, Pay off all your debt. Yep, I mean all of it. You already know how stressful it is to be living paycheck to paycheck. Now, can you imagine what it would be like if you didn't have to keep giving your paycheck to student loans, credit cards, medical debt, vacations, and everything else? Like, seriously, just imagine that, right? Take a second and imagine it. Freedom. That's what you're craving for. That's what we all crave for when it comes to our finances. When you know your why you want to be financially free, why you have a budget, why you're taking control of your money, you're ready to start attacking that debt with a vengeance. And I've got a plan for how to do just that. It's called the Debt Snowball by Dave Ramsey. And this is how it works, right? Step 1. List your debts smallest to largest, regardless of interest rate, and pay minimum payments on everything but that smallest. 2. Attack the smallest debt with everything you got. Any extra income, your salary, everything. Attack the smallest debt with everything you got. Once that debt is gone, take that payment and any extra money that you can get and apply it to the next smallest debt. And once you've paid that off, then move it on to the next one and the next one until you're debt free. It's really that simple. Start with a small one. Just like a snowball, you start rolling it and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Start with the smallest that you can do, smallest of all your debts, and pay that off. And it also feels amazing to you when you've paid something off. So start with the smallest and then go to the next one and then go to the next one, right? And it's worth mentioning, if you're in the middle of any kind of emergency, like a job loss, major home repairs, or a medical crisis, things may look a little different. The best thing you can do in that case is only pay minimum payments on your debt and focus on taking care of your 4 walls: food, utilities, shelter, and transportation. This will help you stay afloat until things get back to normal. Number 4, buy my book. I just got done with my book. I'm so excited. And it's launching today, right now. Pause this video, click the link in the bio, and buy my step-by-step guide to getting out of debt and building wealth. I promise you won't regret it. I guarantee this book will help you start your journey so you can win, so you can be the hero of your financial story, the hero of your life, the hero to your kids, the hero to your wife. Number 5, practice gratitude. Speaking of contentment, they say that the grass is greener on the other side, right? But the truth is, if you're busy taking care of your own yard, you won't even notice your neighbor's yard. If you want to get rid of financial stress, you've got to do things differently than the way you're doing them right now, right? It just doesn't even make sense. If you're in debt and everything you're doing right now keeps you in debt, why not try something differently? It all starts with addressing your wants and focusing on your needs. Keeping up with the Joneses, faking it till you make it, all that is crap, right? It's the worst advice, the worst phrases, and it will only get you further and further in debt. Stop Stop trying to impress people you don't even like. I say this all the time, right? Learn what triggers your wants and start limiting your exposure to that thing. If waking up and scrolling through social media is the trigger and a habit that leads to your next purchase, it might be time to take a little break. Just even a week, 2. Start with a few days. No matter what your financial stress that you're going through right now, there's always hope, guys. I promise you there's always hope. I've been there. My family's been there. My friends have been there. But I'm here to take you to that next step. You can achieve financial security by overcoming your fears around money. It's time to get over it. Time to fight it. That's exactly what I want to help you with in my book. So click the link down below and start your journey to winning with money. Thank you for joining me on this podcast. I look forward to hearing your success stories. Please click that like button and subscribe because more is coming all the time. I love you guys and stay winning.